All right, we should be good. We should be good. DJ in here quick.
Oh shit!
Haven't even gave an intro yet. DJ already ready. He's
Well,
been
that's
ready
what
for this
up,
one, obviously.
DJ.
Episode 10 of our live show.
Oh snap!
Obviously, what's up?
It's a game on right now. Did you know that?
Yeah, NC State, Virginia, Wisconsin, and Purdue. DJ said, you know you're going to like it, so hit the like button now.
DJ, man, DJ's a real one. I fuck with DJ.
I made another mistake now that I think about it as we were starting this. I didn't do the banners again. Second week in a row that I didn't do the banners.
Right.
But I mean, to be
this
honest,
is a big week. We might have to pause.
No. I mean, I could actually do it while we talk. To be honest,
this is a big one, man. We gotta have banners.
So, I mean, before we kind of get started, I'm not going to put the ranks. I'll just put the team names so people know who's playing who. As we're kind of coming in to the show. I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Fair. I'll talk while you do this. Okay. Obviously, this week is a very big week. And we can talk about a number of ranked games or good games being played. So, and I just some games that with a ranked opponent, but one of the teams isn't, that we could talk about. That Oklahoma-Cincinnati game, I think, is going to be good. Again, we talked about Florida State, Clemson, and my thoughts on Clemson not being ranked. I think they're just on the brink of being ranked. North Carolina, Pitt is going to be good. USC, Arizona State, is going to be good. I want to see that Washington Cal, even though I think Washington should do pretty well. Again, that is a Pac-12 opponent. And I just want to see can Penix keep up these ridiculous numbers. I think he has already 3 games over 400 yards, so that game should be good. Again, we know the big games, and we know we're going to talk in detail about them. Like I said, Ole Miss, Alabama. We got that Oregon State, Washington State really sneakily could be one of the games of the week. That, I think, is going to be an amazing game. We know the Ohio State Notre Dame game is going to be big. So yeah, this is our first really big week with a number of games where one ranked team is playing another ranked team. This should be fun. This absolutely should be fun. And like I said, even outside of that, I didn't even talk about Colorado, Oregon. That game is going to be big. UCLA, Utah. That's going to be big. Like I said, I see you. What's up, Christian? That game is going to be big. So it is literally a jam-packed week. I think most of us are probably going to be switching from channel to channel, especially in that time block where your team is not playing. I'm going to be probably going back and forth. I'm excited. I'm truly excited. This should be a fun week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Sorry, guys. Again, I'm just putting in our banners really quick so that way we can have the teams on screen as we're talking about them. But before we talk about the teams anyways, Dad, I'm going to get the floor to you. Just one of the topics that I kind of wanted to cover today is contenders and pretenders. So obviously we're going to find out a lot about some of these teams this week. But as I'm kind of going through these games, this was going to be like a whole segment, but you can kind of just talk about the first team as I'm doing this, and then I should be done by the time you're done.
Are you just kind of – yeah, I mean, so –
So I'm going to give you names of teams, and then you tell me if you think they're a contender or a pretender and why. So the first team that I have is Oregon State, number 14, Oregon State. And when I say contender or pretender,
I was about to say, what
playoff,
do you? Yeah,
just for the playoff and championship aspirations.
Do I think Oregon State is a contender? No, I don't. I think in that loaded Pac-12. All the respect to DJ. I'll be honest. I maybe know 1 or 2 guys on their team. I think they play very good ball, very fundamentally sound. But I'd have to mark them as a pretender, as it pertains to being a playoff contender.
Okay, next team we're going to talk about, contender or pretender, Notre Dame.
Ooh, I'm going to say for now I'm going to call them a contender. I think we'll know more about them and their ability to either be a contender or pretender. Literally this weekend. So Sunday we'll know if they're really a contender or pretender. By the time we end the day Saturday or into Sunday morning, I think they got a squad. I think Sam Hartman's legit. Estime is legit. My concern is their wide receiving room. We'll see what they do against another big team. That's another thing is They've played, and again, no diss to NC State, but they played teams they should have beaten. Now they're playing a team that, at least star recruiting player for player should be able to match up man for man with them. Again, even if they are able to win this game in any form or fashion, I think you got to put them in the contender category. So we'll know more. We'll know more this weekend.
Next team, number 7, Penn State.
Ooh, I'm going to put them in the contender category. One, Penn State has looked pretty good. That running back room is nasty. They're limiting turnovers. They're playing good defense. And they have 2 tough games, 2 games where they're going to be underdogs. And again, to really be a playoff contender, all they really need is to win one of those and just let the team they beat also be the team that wins the Ohio State-Michigan game. Okay. So I'm going to put them fringe. Literally, if I had to go out 8 to 10 teams, they'd be probably at the end of that list. But for right now, I'm going to call them contender.
Okay, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I think I got all the teams. I'm hoping I got all the teams. I know I got to catch up on some comments here. So Christian said, "Hey, Big Jacks." DJ said Oregon State said, or DJ said Oregon State pretender. Guinea Pig said Tanner Marcotte just briefly led Wisconsin in rushing, passing, and receiving. Forgot the game was on. Levant said, "Good stuff, fam." Appreciate you, Levant.
Yeah.
Guinea Pig said contender. Think this year they're the real deal. Bama said roll tide. DJ said Notre Dame is a big contender. Sunday they will be a serious contender. Penn State, that's tough, but contender. Christian said Penn State loaded.
I think this weekend is going to answer so many questions. I think we will go into next week with a much clearer picture of what college football, especially playoff contenders and pretenders, are going to be. Again, obviously all of the teams aren't playing head-to-head top-ranked matchups, but a good number of them are at least playing a good team, right? I think we'll have a better understanding, because there's some teams that I think have the ability to fall out of contention as well. And again, just being real, I think Clemson, if they lose to Florida State, it's probably over for them, right? We could probably remove them from contender or pretender conversation. Alabama, if they lose to Ole Miss, we could probably remove them from contender or pretender conversation. I'll be honest. I think this game that we play against Notre Dame means more to Notre Dame than it does to us. I think if Notre Dame loses this game, it becomes hard for them. I'm not saying impossible, but it becomes harder for them. And then you still got 2 very good teams. I probably, again, unless the game is really close, I would probably drop them from contenders if they lost to Ohio State this weekend. So I think there's some teams that we are going to have a clear, and Ohio State, I think, moves fringe. Now, fortunately for them, this is not a conference game, and I think if they were still able to run the table and win the Big Ten, they're probably in the playoffs. But I think this will tell us if they have the potential to beat Penn State and Michigan this year.
Yeah. DJ said, I think it's going to be hard for either team. Well, I think the only kind of leverage Ohio State has is they'd play in a conference championship if they were to run the table. And obviously, the playoff committee has favored conference champions.
And you would have to assume, let's say Ohio State loses, they drop, whatever. If they continue to win out, and Michigan continues to win out, they're probably playing a number 2 Michigan at the end of the season. So, yeah, it's again, obviously it makes the road much harder, especially when you have some pretty good teams left on the schedule. Obviously, it makes the road harder. I just think because of the notion of the conference championship, it's not as devastating for Ohio State as it is Notre Dame. Not saying it doesn't make the road harder. I think for Notre Dame, it just makes it, without that conference championship, it makes it very tough.
Alrighty, but so those of you guys who are in here, please do us a quick favor before we get into talking about the first game of tomorrow's slate. Please do us a favor and like the video for us. Share it to somebody else who's a college football fan. Try to get more people in here. Try to get the like number up a little bit. But just to talk about that first game, Ohio State's rival Michigan. So Rutgers hosting number 2 Michigan. Not much to talk about in this game. I have it 45-13. I think they're going to win big. Obviously, this is one of the teams that don't play a marquee matchup this week. So I don't think a lot of eyes are on Michigan in this game. I don't think there's really any chance of an upset here. So I went 45-13 Michigan. Like I said, I think it's going to be a steamroll of a game.
Yeah, I don't. Michigan's offense has not looked great yet this season, and I think this is another ho hum game. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win by a comfortable margin, but I think this is going to be ho hum. I'm going to go 31-10.
So DJ said 34-10.
DJ
Michigan.
was very close to me.
And
DJ
Guinea Pig said, "You mean the undefeated Rutgers? Who have they played? I know they beat Temple because I just saw
them. Put some respect on the boy's name now. Put some respect on it.
Oh, they did beat Virginia Tech by 20, so that's a good
one. Put some respect on their name. 3-0.
Moving on to the next game, we have number 16 Oklahoma versus Cincinnati. I'll let you start off with this one.
Yeah, I am actually very excited to see this game. We've seen Oklahoma look explosive. We've seen them look like they were struggling a little bit. And Cincinnati has actually looked pretty good. Emory Jones, the former Florida quarterback, I think he also went to Arizona State, dual threat guy, has looked pretty good. But I think this is Oklahoma's game to win. I want to see how well. I think they're just a better team. I'm going to go 41-21 Oklahoma.
So I think Oklahoma is going to put up a lot of points in this game. Guinea Pig has it 28-17. I think they score more than 28 points. I think Oklahoma's offense has been really good this year. DJ has it 28-17 as well. So both of them have the same score. I have this game 48-27. Bama has it 38-20. I think they win pretty big. I think, as my dad said, I think either in the last show or whenever we talked about this, I think this could be the game where Dylan Gabriel kind of cements himself into that Heisman conversation with another 300 to 400 yard game, a couple touchdowns, no turnovers, leading a big win in conference play. So I do think that if they're able to win this game and he puts up numbers, and a couple of these other guys, obviously like Shadur, if he loses and doesn't look good, or if somebody like Jordan Travis doesn't look good, I think he can cement himself into that conversation. As far as Heisman talk goes, like I said, my dad had a really good pick with him being kind of a dark horse a couple weeks back, 2 weeks back, I think. So I think he has a chance. D. Holly says 38-17. But moving on to the next game, obviously one of the bigger games of
ready. You ready?
I mean,
I want to hear it. I want to hear your number. I know who you. I want to hear your number.
Well, obviously, I mean, I think I already told you my number. I've told the Discord my number. D. Holly, anybody else who hasn't been in the Discord, please join it. I think the link is in the description to join the Discord. We talk football in there every day. Obviously, Florida State at Clemson. I know Christian's a Florida State fan. I think he's the only Florida State fan in here right now. I'm the only Clemson fan, unless Nicholas Powell is in here right now, which I'm sure he's not because he hasn't said anything yet. Nolan said being real Clemson isn't winning. So Christian said Florida State. It's funny. So Guinea Pig has a 31-28 Clemson. Bama has a 31-27 Clemson. So it's funny, guys. I just want everybody to remember, again, I'm going to be here. I'll be right here if we lose. I'm not going nowhere. Christian has it 38-27 Florida State. He's a Florida State fan, so I know he has Florida State winning this game. Nolan said, just be honest. Guinea Pig said, Steven got me convinced. So Nolan, wait, Nolan.
No, don't go with people. That's his pick.
Wait, that's his pick. But Nolan, you can't come from me when you got two different teams. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why does he make the man made a pick?
No, he didn't make a pick.
He didn't come for you.
I want to hear his prediction. Let me hear your score prediction.
He gave his prediction.
Wait, Nolan did not. No, yes, I want to see his score prediction.
He gave us score prediction.
Nolan did not give a score prediction. He just said Clemson
is winning. Oh.
No one is a real fan if they have two different teams. Anyways, he said there's a reason behind it. What's the reason? Because I can give you my reason why I think. Listen. How you gonna? You can't ask me. Okay, I'll give you the floor. You can take the floor. Go ahead. You take the floor. Because you keep cutting me off. You take the floor. You take the floor. Go ahead. Are you gonna let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk?
The man said there's a reason.
Okay, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. Give me your prediction. Give me your prediction.
No, I want to hear.
I feel like Shannon Sharp right now. If you're gonna keep cutting me off, I'm not gonna talk. Let me know. Let me know.
Go ahead.
You want to go?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, listen. So, Guinea Pig said if Clemson has more than one turnover, they ain't winning this one. Okay, listen. In my opinion, I don't think Clemson loses this game. Skip. That's exactly how I feel right now, Christian. Florida State has won one game at Clemson since 2002. They are 1-9 in the last 20 years at Clemson. That's including Florida State's little run during, the early 2010s, whatever. Nolan said because they're rivals, if they weren't, it'd probably be worse. So again, they're 1-9 in the last 20
put
years.
A score up there.
Stephen ranting. And it where do you put the score so I can pull it up there? 31-20. So I have Clemson winning 30-17. That's what I have it as. I bet $100 on Clemson to cover 7 points. So I'm just letting y'all know now. The payout's like $450 or something. Clemson is gonna win by a touchdown or more. I'm just letting y'all know now. And again, I'll be here, but I know for a fact. I'm sure Christian will stand with his team because he's a Florida State fan.
Yeah, he's been
rocking with him. So I'm not going to disrespect him, but I know a lot of people who have been like telling me like I'm delusional. All that again, Clemson's going to show y'all why we're Clemson, and when we go in there and we make Jordan Travis look average, it's going to be. So Nolan said without Deshaun and T-Law getting exposed, it's like we haven't won 12 straight years, 10 wins, like. And I promise you, neither of them played for 60 years. So, I mean, there's been a lot of times where we won games without Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson.
I mean, they had Taj there.
I mean, Cole Stout, Kelly Bryant. What are we doing? And so it's not like
Kelly Bryant didn't start a whole season.
Yeah, but we still won 10 games during that season. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like Dabo has not won games without, generational quarterbacks. But let me keep going though. I digress. Let me keep going. So until y'all can hit me with a stat showing me why you think Clemson is going to lose, unless you're just saying the sour taste in your mouth, there's no stat that you can tell me that, oh, yeah, damn. Clemson.
Well, I mean, so let me say this. Let me say this. Everybody is picking based off what they've seen.
That's fine, but you can't.
So
say
you can't really
use it.
No, I don't think anybody said you're delusional. You can't. The same way you can't say there is no stat that says that you could use that would say Florida State's going to lose this game, right? I'm not talking about the last 20 years. I'm talking about this game. There's nothing that you could say. I think they throw for more yards. Florida State probably runs for more yards.
They don't. Are you talking about in this game, or are you talking about so far this year?
Overall this year.
Because we have a better pass defense, better rush defense, better running game, and
I'm saying I am
passing yards.
But who? So Clemson runs for more yards per game.
Yes, by 30 yards. I'm sorry. They run for 30 yards more. They pass for 4 yards less, and they have a better rush defense and a better pass defense.
How do they pass for 4 yards less?
So Florida State averages 276 yards passing, and Clemson averages 272. So it's only 4 yards less.
Oh, that's correct. Because it must be. How many yards passing does your backup have?
Probably.
And I'm only saying this because
probably a good amount.
About 50 yards under Jordan Travis. Okay.
Yeah, last week he didn't play in the second half. But
all right.
Again, I'll be here. We're not gonna spend too much time here. I'll be here, but I'm letting you know, y'all better pray to God Clemson loses tomorrow. Because if Clemson wins this game, I might break YouTube. I'm gonna get on here spazzing. I'm gonna get on here going crazy in full-on Clemson.
Wow,
I might come in with a damn tiger suit on. I'm gonna come in here looking like Lee Corso.
I'm gonna
come in here looking like Lee Corso, and I'm gonna say I told you so. I hope Clemson wins by 30, just so I can get on here and talk my shit. I promise you. I promise. What's your pick? What's your pick for this game? I know you're going with Florida State.
Man, you're so aggressive. I'm scared to pick now.
I'm emotional. I'm passionate. I'm passionate about my team.
All right.
To this day. Come on. I got Clemson. I got Clemson 30-17.
Take a deep breath.
Kate's going to show y'all boys something. Kate's going to show y'all boys something. But who you got in this game, Deb?
I'm scared to pick. You good?
You got Florida State. That's fine.
I got Florida State by 3. I got Florida State 28-25. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
You want to bet a jersey on it?
Oh, my goodness.
Let's bet a jersey on it, baby. Put your money where your mouth is, baby. Put your money where your mouth is.
You know what? Just because. And the thing is, I don't even care like that.
Put your money where your mouth is, baby.
But I'll
Go
bet a jersey.
Tigers, baby.
Listen, I'm betting a jersey on it.
What's good? Taco time. I think FSU over Clemson convincingly. Their loss to Duke looks super.
Oh, now you don't want to be Taco Time's friend no more.
No. It's funny. So Taco, what about that game was embarrassing? The fact they fumbled 2 times on the goal line, because we outgained them in every stat you can pull up. So you can't say it's embarrassing. And you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about that. We over the week 1 loss because tomorrow when we get to busting Florida State's ass, I want y'all in here tomorrow night because I'm gonna be here talking crazy. I promise. And if we lose, I'll take it on the chin. If we lose, I'll take it on the chin. Then I just gotta look forward to Christian.
Look, man, Christian, please. I don't.
Hey, but
this man got emotional.
Wait, what was your pick? What was your score?
28-25. Man, I can't even get no 28-25 Florida State. I think this is a defensive battle. My concern really is my now you can't do the damn exactly. Take that shit off.
Oh shit. Boy, I feel like Lee Corso, boy.
My concern is Jordan Travis is a dual.
I can't hear you, but in Dabo I trust, D Holly. In Dabo I trust. You're right.
My concern is Jordan Travis is a dual threat. I think he's going to make some runs. I think it's going to be a very good game. This man, I think it's going to be a very good game.
And I got us.
I almost picked Clemson. As I mentioned.
No, don't play both sides now.
Can I?
No,
I made my pick. I don't know.
No.
Chill out. Can I talk? Damn. This man. I can't even. Can I talk? Damn.
Hey, Slap Happy, you right. We mad. We real mad. We coming different tomorrow, baby.
Man,
they gave us the 9 a.m. game. Or the 12 o'clock game. That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Y'all should have fought for that. But I almost picked Clemson. I don't think Clemson's been an underdog to this magnitude. I have not seen a major media talking head pick Clemson, and I've never seen that in the game. Should be a super, super good game. I think Clemson's going to come in feeling disrespected. I'm sure they're going to be emotional.
We are.
I'm sure they're going to be at home. My concern is those two big receivers on the outside. They're tough to guard. And then you have a quarterback who can extend plays.
Hey.
All right, moving on to the Colorado Oregon game. Let's move on.
All right, so moving on again. Those of you guys are 15 and you guys in here right now, please do us a favor. Like the video. We are only 3 games in. We got a lot of games to get through. So please do us a favor.
Take a deep breath. I'm telling you.
Wait till tomorrow, baby. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait.
Take 1, 2, 3 in.
I can't wait.
1, 2, 3 out.
So moving on, we got Colorado versus Oregon. Another big game. I'll give my prediction on this game first. 1 second. My phone's blowing up right now. Sorry. I think it's because people know what's going on about
telling your ass to calm down.
Michael said I'm riding with Prime. I respect it because you've been riding with him the whole week, the whole year so far. So I mean that's respect. I have Oregon winning this game 38-23. I think it's a closer game than the 21. First donation, Slap Happy donation to the channel, baby. Appreciate you, Slap Happy. Guinea Pig
that's
said
because your ass is emotional. You trying to get your ass
sometimes that's how you get that money, baby. Sometimes that's how you get that money.
Medical attention.
Bama said 48-31 Oregon. D Holly said 51-24 Oregon, backups in by the fourth quarter. No one is picking us. Everybody's picking Prime because of feelings and media. Oregon going to be pissed off. Oregon 55, Colorado 24. Notre Dame by 7. We haven't got there yet, Kai. But I think you're new to the channel, Kai, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are, please do us a favor, subscribe. If you happen to be here and I'm skipping over you, and I already had a conversation with you, please just do us a favor, like the video, like the stream. We go live twice a week. Big giveaway coming at 1,000 subscribers. So we appreciate you for stopping by the live show for the first time. Guinea Pig said 42-25. Slap Happy says, see, you won't cover. Sorry. Still think Hunter is a huge loss. He is a huge loss, but I don't think he wins them the game.
But I mean, that could still be. While I don't think it changes the outcome, I think it is a difference in a game, especially a guy who plays both ways and is good on both sides of the football. I mean, that's really like almost like losing 2 5-stars.
And like Bama said, Kai, join the Discord. Those of you guys who are not in the Discord, Taco Time, you're not. Slap Happy, you're not. D Holly, I don't think you're in there. The link is in the description below. DJ with another donation, $10.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys, man, for real. If you guys have not already, please join the Discord. We talk football all day long. Obviously, Saturday is our main day talking football. We do as well on NFL Sundays. But tomorrow, for sure, join the Discord. Like I said, the link is in the description. We're going to be talking about all these games. Obviously, my team is the underdog. Obviously, we have He said, "Real talk, Oregon hasn't looked great this year." And then obviously we have a bunch of Notre Dame fans. My dad's an Ohio State fan, so there'll be a lot of mad people in the Discord tomorrow. So just join the Discord; it's gonna be fun. He said, but I still think they win. What is your score prediction for this game?
Yeah, man, I ain't been able to say. You ain't come. No. Yeah, my concern was how
go Tigers, baby. Sorry, I had to get that one out. My fault, man. I'm still on this one, man. Hey, I'm Tigers. I believe. Hey, if I cut my arm right here, if I cut my arm, orange will come out, baby. I believe orange.
We're not even on that game no more. We're on a whole different game now.
I'll always be with Clemson, baby. All right, go ahead.
But you don't need that. Please put that down. Please. The last thing you need is caffeine. Please put that down.
I'm sipping on that good stuff, baby. I need to go get some Hennessy, baby. You need to get right.
Hey, you wild today. God. All right. I probably would have had this game much closer. But there were some serious concerns about how Colorado looked against Colorado State. How that team basically was able to move up and down the field. And Colorado State is nothing like Oregon. And then, like I said, you talk about Shedeur being sacked something like 15 times. I think Oregon's going to really get at him. I have this game. I'm not going to say a blowout, but I do think Oregon's going to cover. I have a 42-20.
42-20. So 22. I mean, do you think they pull away late, or do you think they're like in control the whole game and it's not really competitive?
No, I think they're in control because, like I said, I think that line is going to make life hard for Shedeur. And I think Oregon's going to be able to move the ball on that Colorado defense with ease.
So moving on
to your whole screen went dark. What?
Did it? Oh, it's because the light outside. That's why.
Oh, I would say you didn't.
Yeah, it's because the light outside. My fault, Joe. If the sun's going down over here, so it's the sun's going down.
You so motherfucking turned up. You done turned the lights off or some shit.
Hold on, let me fix this because it's getting kind of crazy.
Yeah,
there you go. Gonna be a massacre. Oregon has looked great. I'm here for the Colorado fans crying tomorrow. Me too. Oregon will be the
now. My only concern with this is Oregon did not look good against Texas Tech, and I think Shedeur is a better quarterback than the Texas Tech quarterback. Really, they should have lost that Texas Tech.
It's already flipped. It's already flipped, Michael. Come on, bro. I'm not that stupid, bro. It's already flipped.
They should have lost that Texas Tech game. So that's the only kind of ray of hope that I have for Colorado. And let me say, I want Colorado to win. I just think it's been a great story.
Right, ain't it, boy?
It's been a great ride. Oh my, it is. But yeah, I think Oregon's just too tough.
All right, moving on to the next game. Upset. UCLA, Utah. Those of you guys know I've been on this Utah wave. I don't know, man. UCLA has looked really good this year with Dante Moore.
Yes.
I got UCLA winning this game, guys.
Wait a minute. Who? Utah's the favorite?
They got to be.
By how much?
They're a touchdown favorite.
Has it been confirmed if Cam is playing or not?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but there is reports that he's supposed to be playing.
Ooh.
So because I know like 3 people commented today saying that he's playing.
Is there anybody here know if Cam Rising's playing?
R2 says good luck to the Buckeyes tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to be talking about, obviously, the Ohio State Notre Dame game here in a bit. Bama has it UCLA 34. Wait, 34 UCLA 20. I'm assuming, I don't know who you wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm assuming he has UCLA winning 34-20.
31-17, 31-27. Utah keeps beating teams I don't like, so I'm rocking with them. If he's playing, I'll change my mind. Yeah, I have UCLA winning 27-24. I actually think, obviously, there's a lot of good games. I think this is going to be the game of the week. I think this game is going to be really good.
I already said what I think is going to be the game of the week, but
we're going to talk about that one as well. Utah not losing, they do what they do. No Cam, as I heard.
Yeah,
yeah, obviously that hurts. But I like UCLA still in this game. I still think they're a really good team. I think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. So I'm again, and I've been a fan of Utah all offseason, all of the first 3 weeks. I've been, beating this Utah drum, but I just think UCLA is going to edge them out this game. I mean, I do like them. I didn't like the way Utah looked against Baylor. I believe they played. I didn't like the way they looked, and I didn't like the way they looked against Weber State last weke either. I think they won by 31-10 or 31-7. Spread is -3.5. I'm look on ESPN. It has -6. So that's weird. So yeah, I have UCLA winning 27-24. What's your prediction on this one, Deb?
Yeah, so it's funny. I'm shocked that this is even an upset especially if Cam Rising isn't playing. Nate Johnson has done an admirable job, especially as a dual threat. But Dante Moore and Carson Steele are legit. Obviously, both newcomers for UCLA. One a transfer from Ball State, Carson Steele, and then Dante obviously is a freshman. But they've looked legit. And UCLA has looked really good, obviously breaking into the top 25. I know this game is in Utah. That's my only concern. But without Cam Rising, I don't think Utah is Utah. That offense has not looked great. I think this is Dante Moore's real chance to break out into the national. I'm not going to put him in the Heisman race, but I think people are going to be talking about him after this, especially as maybe one of the top freshmen. So I think this is his chance to really break out. So I have UCLA winning. I have them winning kind of decently. I have them winning 38-25. Like I said, that offense without Cam Rising has not looked great. Even in the Florida game, Utah did not look great. So yeah, I have UCLA winning 38-25.
Okay. I mean, I hope the game is a good game. Obviously, this is my game of the week type game. Before we move on to the next game, though, guys, please, if you haven't already, like the video. There's 17 of you guys in here right now. We appreciate all the support that we've been getting so far on this channel. Obviously, this has been probably the most successful stream that we've done with how amplified this week's games are with all the matchups. So, again, we really appreciate you guys. And please just do us a quick favor and like the video for us. But moving on to the next one, I know Bama was wanting to hear our takes on this one. Ole Miss at Alabama, another big game. I'll let you start this one off first, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've put this already out. Yeah, I got Ole Miss winning this. Now, there's some concerns there. One, I'll be honest, and I'll even admit where I was wrong. I think Alabama's offense looks much better with Jalen Milroe behind center. And obviously, Jalen Milroe is going to be back behind center. My concern is I don't think Jalen Milroe is a great passer of the football. Obviously, he's super athletic. I think I've actually heard that he's the fastest player on Alabama's roster. But I don't think he's a great thrower of the football. My other concern, though, is Ole Miss and Judkins have not looked good running the ball. Dart has actually been their leading rusher so far this season, but Dart has looked pretty good. And I just have to give respect to Lane Kiffin as a offensive mind, one of the great offensive minds, period. And I think this is just a down year for Alabama. I think Judkins is supposed to play. I think this has just been a down year for Alabama. Like I said from the beginning, I think Bryce Young was the heart and soul of that offense last year, and losing him, as we've seen, has been devastating. Ole Miss is much better than USF, and Alabama truly struggled with USF. The problem is, and just like R2 said, Nick has seemed to have Lane Kiffin's number. He truly has. But I think this is where it stops. I think this is where Lane Kiffin figures something out. If you were ever going to get Alabama, this is the year to get them. And I think Lane Kiffin gets them this year. I am going to pick Ole Miss 30-20.
I have this game 10 points the other way. I have Alabama winning 27-17. I think it's going to be an ugly game. But I think Alabama's defense is going to win them the game. I expect maybe even a defensive touchdown, maybe a big turnover to put Alabama's offense in plus territory. I think that. So R2 has Alabama by 7 or 10. I think that's what's going to happen. I think even though Alabama's offense hasn't looked great, I think their defense can win them the game. Even if the defense doesn't score, I just think field position is going to play a big factor. Again, I think if Alabama can force a big turnover to put Jalen Milroe and company into better field position, that's just going to make the offense's job a lot easier, especially if you're an Ole Miss team who has to drive the length of the field every time you get the ball. I think that's going to play a big factor. But before we move on from this game, I want to pull up Christian's comment. He says, if Alabama loses, where do they stand? I think if Alabama loses this game, they're not in the top 25 anymore.
I agree.
There's no way you can be.
I agree. I think people are going to start to, I think it's premature, so let me say that, but I think people are going to start to speculate two things. One, that the Alabama dynasty, which let's just be honest, they've had a 10-year run like nothing we've seen in our lifetime. And I know if you go back years before we were born, you may see something like this, but they've had a run like nothing we've seen in our lifetime. I think you're going to start to hear speculation that that's over. And I think you're going to start to hear speculation that Nick may be done at the end of this season. And if that's the case, I would hope not. I think Nick is one of those guys. I don't think he's going to want to go out like this. Who's?
There's Ohio State everywhere.
Yeah, literally this whole room is Ohio State. I don't think Nick's going to want to go out like this with one of his bad seasons, with a bad season. And I think he can still recruit with the best of them. I think the situation is just simply they have not hit on a quarterback on this team for this team. And they've lost a bunch of people. And I think he hadn't really navigated the transfer portal well. Obviously, Alabama's losing players every year. But so, yeah, I think they have to be outside of the top 25. But I think the conversation, because they still got other games that I think they're going to be an underdog in, to include LSU. So I think this may be a tough season for them, especially if they drop this game.
Alrighty, moving on to our next game. A few of these we're going to fly through, obviously. Some of the lesser important games. Duke versus UConn. I have Duke winning this game. Obviously, they beat Clemson. I don't think UConn has a chance in this game. I have Duke winning 34-7, so I have them winning pretty big.
Let me ask you: Are you somebody like? Do you want Duke to lose? Obviously, but are you?
I mean, I hope Duke finishes like 9-3.
So because it goes one way or the other. Do you want Duke to do really well so it minimizes the loss, or do you want them to lose so you guys can be in the ACC championship?
Well, I mean, I think they're going to lose eventually. And I mean, if I had it my way, I would love to beat Florida State this week, and then Florida State loses someone else and rematch Duke in the ACC title game. Because I'm on record saying if we play Duke again, we win by 21. I don't think what happened in that first game is going to happen again. We outgained them in every category. I just don't think that's something that would happen.
I just wanted your take on it.
But yeah, so
in this game, I got Duke big. I got them winning 40-7.
They got Notre Dame after UConn. Yeah, they're probably going to lose that game. Again, I don't think Duke is a great team. I think they capitalize off of Clemson's mistakes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, all credit and props to them, but I just don't think that can be sustainable. That's all. Could be a big trap game or somehow beat Ohio State. But moving on to our next game, we have Miami versus Temple, another game that I don't really have much to say about. I have Miami winning 49-14.
Yeah, I mean, just to keep this short and quick, I have Miami winning 35-17. I like what Van Dyke has done this year. He has looked really good. I hope he can keep it going. Right, he obviously 2 years ago looked really good. Had a down year with some injuries last year. He's looking much better this year. Again, 5 touchdowns against Texas A&M. And he's looking like he might be back. I think you're going to continue to see that this week. I think he's going to have 4 or 5 touchdowns this week. Again, I have this game 35-17.
Alrighty, moving on to our next one. We have UTSA versus Tennessee. Obviously, Tennessee losing to Florida last week. I have them bouncing back this week against UTSA. I have them winning 34-17. A lot of people probably think it's going to be a lot worse than that. I don't know. This offense has not looked great. So I have it 34-17. I don't think they put up 50 points this year, or not this year, this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite way. I think they have to have an offensive explosion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they're going to lose.
No, not to UTSA. They have to have offensive explosion. I was very high on Tennessee, and like I said last week, they had not been impressive. Obviously, I said that before the Florida game, and then they did not look great in the Florida game. I don't know what's going on with this offense, but obviously they lost a number of pieces to include 2 very good wide receivers in Hyatt and Tillman. So, yeah, I think they have an offensive explosion. I have this 56-17.
Bama said how this podcast attracts all these Notre Dame fans is crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Well,
I don't get it.
And it's crazy because our Notre Dame video didn't do great. Like it didn't I would think that we would be more so dominated by Tennessee fans because that video has like 3,000 views or something crazy. And there's only like 2 or 3 Tennessee fans on our channel. And there's probably like 10 Notre Dame fans who come in here. Obviously Guinea Pig, DJ, Michael, are the guys who are always here, but we also even R2 now. But we also have a few other guys who haven't really been in the live show, but they comment still. Utah's 1-2, Tennessee by 10 or 14. But moving on to our next game.
Oh, you have somebody said by 10 or 14. Yeah. Okay.
Next game, we have Arkansas versus LSU. I'll let you go first because you're higher on Arkansas than I am. So I'll let you go first on this one.
Well, I was higher on Arkansas. Now, obviously, we know KJ Jefferson, Raheem Sanders. Just I don't know if he's hurt, but he isn't even the leading rusher on the team. I think LSU needs to win this game. Needs to win this game big. Jaden Daniels is just going to be too much. He's literally leading LSU both in passing and rushing right now. I think LSU is going to make Arkansas look pretty bad. Like I said, especially without Raheem Sanders playing well. So I got to find it. Where do I have this game? I have LSU winning 28-17.
Okay. I have LSU in this game as well. I think it is a close game though. I think it's still an SEC game, so I still think they have the potential to keep it close. I have LSU winning 34-20. Guinea Pig has it 38-24. So same line, just a couple more points. R2 says LSU will win. Slap says LSU will win. Bama and R2, we are getting to that game soon. So hold your thoughts on that game. I know you guys are already that's the game of the week. I get it, but just give us a few more minutes and we'll get there.
I promise you, I'm not gonna be out here wilding like Steven.
Hey, listen. That's what draws the views, baby. And I'm not just doing it because I'm trying to draw views. I genuinely think we're gonna put a hurting on Florida State, but we're not gonna talk about that game because I'm gonna get riled up again. I just got my breath back. R2 said, "Do you guys go live every Friday?" Typically, we go live every Friday around this time to preview the week's games. Unless there's a big time game on Friday, then we usually go live on Thursday, and then we go live either Saturday or Sunday to recap, see where we were wrong, any big things that happened. So tomorrow we will be live after the Ohio State Notre Dame game. I'm gonna be here regardless.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be here regardless. Hopefully my dad's here, but I will be here. But like I said, moving on to our next game, we have
R2 asked Bama, "Are you a Bama fan?"
Yeah, Oregon State, Washington State. Upset alert. That's where my next upset one comes from. I know you got them too, but I got Washington State winning this game. I think Cam Ward. You were on the Cam Ward train in the offseason. I wasn't, but we did see him play live last year against Utah.
Don't try to jump on now. I've been telling y'all about Cam Ward.
Okay, but don't get it wrong. In the Apple Cup, they're going to lose by 40. Like, this team is not good, but But
Cam Ward is good.
Cam Ward is all right. He's good enough. What are you going to say now?
All right. The man is throwing for over 3. He's throwing 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards a game.
I get it, but he's a good quarterback, but he's not like
you all right. Like he's just he's just ho hum.
He's not. I mean,
he's literally throwing like 330 a game and 3 touchdowns.
I know,
those are amazing numbers. Again, I'm not putting them on the table with Penix, but that's better than all right.
I know. Okay, you're right, but I had them winning this game.
Let me say this: I'm taking Cam Ward over Kyle McCord. I'm sure.
So far, yes.
I'm sure Clemson would take him over Cade. What are you saying? You're saying you would not take Cam Ward over Cade Clement?
No.
If you say,
well, I'll give my synopsis after tomorrow's game. How about that? I'll say that.
You're telling me you are not taking Cam Ward over Cade? You're wilding.
No, I'm not.
You wilding.
No, I'm not.
It's too much.
Bro, he hasn't had the opportunity yet.
He played 3 games. And he's not putting up nearly. It's not close in terms of numbers. Not close.
That's fine. Okay, listen. Like I said, we'll see tomorrow when he puts on. So when Cade has a good game against Florida State, then what are you going to say? What are you going to say then? You still take Cam?
I'm still going to say Cam Ward is better.
Bro, stop. If Cam played Florida State, he would throw 5 interceptions. Stop.
Cam Ward is not throwing an interception all season.
They played against Moanalua.
They played the Colorado State team that just pushed Colorado to the edge. He beat them by 26.
Yeah, they Colorado State is terrible.
They beat a ranked Wisconsin team, and they
beat who? Who's the last game?
North Colorado.
But they played.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Man, that's worse than Tarleton State, man. Stop.
So wait a minute. Who did Clemson play the week after Duke?
Charleston Southern.
Okay, so all
Southern better than Northern Colorado.
I don't know because they both suck. Don't act like Charleston Southern is some powerhouse. You're wilding right now.
I'm not saying they're a powerhouse, but I'm taking
better than North Colorado. You're wilding.
Listen, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see tomorrow. Y'all can
poop
on Cade all you want. Y'all can poop on Cade all you want.
I'm not saying Cade's bad. I am saying
the
Cam Ward is
significantly
better than Cade Klubnik.
Like I said, we'll see.
We'll
see.
There's a lot.
We'll see. One of them's gonna be playing in the ACC title game. The other one's gonna end up 8-4, 7-5.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. We'll see. I'll leave it at that.
I'm throwing for 330 a game.
That's fine.
And 3 touchdowns, and one of them is throwing for 150 a game.
Steven, what's the Charleston Southern mascot? I think they're the Falcons.
No, just like you try. No, what is it? Because they're good. Because they're better than North Colorado, so you better know the fucking mascot.
Are they not better than them?
I don't know. They both suck. What are we talking about? You're wilding right now. Are they not? Who knows? You are wilding.
No, I'm not. Hey, like I said, we'll see tomorrow. When that's fine. They're the Buccaneers. Same thing. Buccaneers, Falcons, same thing. Still an NFL team. Same division.
I have Washington State winning this game 31-28. 31-28. And I have Cam Ward having a good game. A true dual threat. I have them winning 31-28 at home.
I got Washington State winning 35-34. I got them winning by 1 point. I think it's going to be a good game. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Washington State got blown out. But I'm hoping they win.
Now, all of a sudden, now you want them to get blown out. Because I said Cam's better than Cade.
Why do I want them to get blown out? Be real. Why do I want them to get blown out?
Why would you want them? Oh, because you like DJ?
Exactly. I want to see DJ succeed. That's the only reason why. Come on. Now, don't make it seem like, how am I wilding?
You wilding. Well, you went over it. This man trying to say Charleston Southern is better than North Colorado. That's a real nobody knows. Nobody cares. How many Charleston Southern games have you watched?
One.
Exactly. In your life.
Ask me how many Northern Colorado games I've watched.
Well, probably. It's only because they haven't played Clemson.
Zero.
But let's not act like you have some in-depth analysis of North Colorado versus Charleston Southern.
Hey, Charleston Southern may win by 21. You
wildin'.
Moving on to the next game, we got Charlotte at Florida. Charlotte's also better than Northern Colorado, y'all. I have Florida winning this game 34-7.
Northern Colorado wins. I hope they win the D3 championship.
I got Florida winning this game 34-7.
Oh man, you got me. I think Graham Mertz with Florida has really kind of stabilized that team. I think they've always had weapons. Obviously, they have a loss. They lost to Utah, but I think Graham Mertz has been able to kind of stabilize them. I have Florida winning big. Like I said, I like Parcell. I like ETN. I like the weapons that Florida has. I'm not saying Florida is going to be great. I think this is easily, I think early when we did a preview, I had them at maybe 5-7. I think this is easily can be a flip in a 7-5, 8-4 team this year. I have Florida winning this one 41-7.
Alrighty. Guinea Pig has it 41-20 or 42-20. DJ has it 41-10. Like I said, I have it 34-7. But moving on to the next game. A game that, again, another game we're going to fly over. UAB versus Georgia. I feel like every week Georgia doesn't play anybody. Kind of bad. This is starting to get ridiculous. I have them winning 49-3. What do you have the score? And then we'll move on.
Yeah, I think this is a game where Georgia's, I think they're just going to get back to pounding it out. I think Beck isn't as big of a threat, especially throwing the ball. I think they're just going to try to out physical teams. So I think you're going to see some of their scores, some of their games to be a little bit lower scoring. I have it 31-0. I think they're going to have to live on defense, and I think they're just really going to smother UAB and not allow them to score. So yeah, I have 31-0.
Next game, we have number 3 Texas versus Baylor.
Now you said this. You have this as a trap game.
No, I got this as an upset game. I got Baylor winning this game. Hey, upset. Listen, y'all.
This man, they got on here.
Listen, the last 2 weeks.
We should have did that Clemson Florida State game last because you've been wilding ever since. We did that
Texas has
Clemson
not looked
Florida State.
good. Am I right or wrong? Has Texas looked good since the Alabama?
Baylor is 1-2.
Okay, and against who they almost beat?
I don't know who. I know who Texas did beat.
Bro, are you serious right now? You didn't watch the Baylor-Utah game.
Utah doesn't have their starting quarterback. Texas does.
It doesn't. Okay, and Texas was tied 10-10 with Wyoming.
Okay.
Baylor, listen, I think
Baylor lost to Texas State.
That's
Tell me
fine.
Texas State's. Tell me Texas State's mascot.
Okay, so Baylor lost to Texas State.
Tell me the mascot.
Wait, Baylor lost to Texas State. Texas, they're the Bobcats or the Bearcats, whatever, one of the two. So if you say you can't use the logic that Baylor lost to Texas State because Texas Tech lost to Wyoming and then almost beat Oregon, so you can't use that logic. I think it's a Big Ten matchup. R2 has it by 14. DJ has it 28-27.
Big 12.
Michael says Texas going to smoke Baylor. I think this game is close. Would I be surprised if Texas wins? No, they're the favorite, but I think Baylor's going to pull the game off. I think with it being at home, like I said, we see how close Big 12 games can be, and I don't think Texas beating Alabama is a look on how good of a team Texas is. I don't think 14 points is rolling either. I think that's still a close game. Guinea Tepe has it 38-24. I think
Sawyer Robinson in 3 games has thrown for 444 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
I don't think he's their starting quarterback though.
He is their starting quarterback.
I thought Blake Shapen is the starting quarterback.
Well, I don't know where Shapen is, but
I'm almost positive Blake Shapen is the starting quarterback.
Where's Shapen at?
He might have got hurt. I don't know if he's playing. Yeah, I know he's their starter. He's thrown for 302 touchdowns, so he might have gotten hurt. Let me look it up real fast.
Maybe he's back then. Maybe he's back. Maybe that's why they look better against Utah.
So on September 4th, it said he was out 2 to 3 weeks with MCL injury.
Yeah, because he only played in the Texas State game.
I think Baylor can win this game. I think they have an opportunity to win this game to shake up the Big 12 in the college football playoff race. I don't think Texas is going to go undefeated in the Big 12. I don't think any team goes undefeated in the Big 12. Again, I've said this from the jump about the Pac-12 and the Big 12. I just think the teams are too clumped together. I don't think there's one team that's better than everybody else. This is my last upset.
I like that you went out on a limb.
And again, like I said, if you look at Texas's last 2 games, it's not like they're winning by 50. They won by 21 to Wyoming, but in that game, they were tied 10-10 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
In the Rice game, it was a close game in that game as well. I think it was like 15-3 at half or something. So again, I'm not saying that Baylor's going to blow them out, but I think it could be a game late in the fourth quarter. And at that point, you're not playing Wyoming. You're playing another Big 12 team with a lot of talent.
Yeah. Let me just say so I can get it out of the way. I picked Texas 42-17.
42-17. All right. So moving on to the next game. Obviously, game day game. I'm going to let you go first. I know we have a lot of Notre Dame fans in here, but I'll let you give your pick first. Obviously, we know who you're going with, but we already before we get into it, everybody listen to DJ, man. Like the video. Everybody
I ride with DJ.
Like
DJ's
the video,
really
y'all.
My boy.
Like the video, but yeah, go ahead. Give me your take on Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Now, I'm not going to wow. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to scream, yell. I think this is going to be a heck of a game. I think at the end of the day, Sam Hartman has brought something to this Notre Dame team. I'm a big Marcus Freeman fan. Obviously, he's an Ohio State alum. Really Notre Dame would be probably my second, third team. Not that, because I know we said something about,
Nolan.
If you got 2 teams.
Nolan.
No, listen. It is Ohio State and then nobody else.
Hold on. Before you keep going. Fatal Jedi, we're enemies today. I know you got the Charlie Ward jersey from me, but me and you are not on talking terms right now until after tomorrow. I'm just letting you know. And those of you guys who don't know, Fatal Jedi, he is the person who won our 250 subscriber Heisman jersey giveaway. Charlie Ward jersey. Obviously, he's a Florida State fan, so I'm sure he liked that. We appreciate you for stopping by again, man. All jokes aside, though, we do appreciate you.
Yeah, Hartman has seemed to stabilize this offense. Notre Dame is clicking. He's gotten the most out of these receivers. Again, I think the receiving room is not necessarily great. Estime, I think, is leading the nation in rushing, but Notre Dame also does have an extra game. But Estime has been running the ball hard. He's obviously a big, strong bat. And I'll tell you, as an Ohio State fan, that is something that we've struggled with Michigan. For us though, I think it's weapons. We have a overabundance of weapons on offense. And again, I seen in the chat, people were talking about Marvin Harrison, Mbuka, Fleming, Stover. I like our running back room with Mayan and Travion. And so really what it comes down to is Kyle McCord. I think what we've seen over the past 3 weeks that really he isn't getting credit for is the maturation of Kyle McCord. Now, I will say we are not playing a team, or we have not played a team the caliber of Notre Dame. But I think what we figured out is you just got to get the ball to these star players. You have to keep the ball safe. And I think we have a pretty good defense. I think that's something that's kind of going unstated, how good of a defense we have. I think this is going to be a really good game. Listen, I am probably homering a bit. Maybe if I was not a big Ohio State fan, and I've been an Ohio State fan my entire life, maybe if I wasn't an Ohio State fan, I'd see this game a little bit different. But yeah, I think it is going to be super hard to match up with 3 5-star receivers, and I say 5 stars, but it's all good. But
you're talking about me.
Yeah. I say 5 stars, but we can probably go. I think we go something like 7 or 8 5-star receivers in our wide receiver room. The number 1 running back in his class in our running back room, and then a line that's starting to gel a little bit more. All respect to Notre Dame. I think this is going to be a heck of a game, but obviously I'm picking Ohio State. Like I said, I think it's the weapons, our receiving room versus their receiving room in a point in time where both teams, I'm sure, are going to throw the ball a number of times. So yeah, I pick Ohio State. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, especially by Ohio State standards. But I think our defense is going to play very well. I think we're going to load the box, stop Estime, and make Hartman. And when I say Hartman, I mean we're going to make the Notre Dame wide receivers have to beat our cornerbacks. So I think we're going to try to take Estime away, and then Hartman and those receivers are going to have to beat our corners. So with that, like I said, I think they're going to try to slow the game, pound the ball. I think we're going to be. I think the conversation that Ryan Day is going to have with McCord going into this game is don't be afraid to throw the ball away. Don't be afraid to punt. And let's trust in our defense. Again, I pick Ohio State. I pick them 31-21.
So you have it 31-21. Obviously, we have a lot of Notre Dame fans in here.
Yeah, I'm not on here. I'm not talking shit. I would listen if Notre Dame wins the game, I wouldn't be shocked. Now, I'm not going to. And Stephen knows me his whole life, so Stephen knows I'm not going to be on the Discord talking shit. So again, like I said to Michael before, like you can tag me like you did Stephen. I'm not going to be in there. Like I'm not. So you'd really be wasting your time. I'm not.
What's crazy about that though? You know what's crazy about that?
What?
He's gonna do it anyway.
That's fine. I'm literally not gonna have my phone. I go dark 30, LeBron James dark. I watch the game. I'm sure I'll come on the Discord maybe later to either give a good game and I'm not coming on and talk shit. Like I said, I think Notre Dame's a good team. And whichever way this goes, it should be a good game.
Bama said, I'll be in there for you.
That's what's up. So yeah, hey, Michael, tag Bama then. Tag him with your play-by-play. Don't tag me with your play-by-play.
So
obviously
we did a Ohio State Notre Dame preview. Michael has it 42-24. We're going to get to Kyle McCord. We're coming for the rent money.
That's what's up.
But I have this game Ohio State 30, Notre Dame 27. I have Ohio State winning by 3. I think Ohio State just has more talent. I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame won the game, though. Obviously, they're a good team. I think this is their first true test. I know me and you had a conversation. It might have just actually been in our preview. I don't know. We talk football so much. You just said, hey, Bama, don't hold Michael against us. We talk football so much. I don't know. It's just the big games for me. Like, obviously, like Notre Dame has always been a good team. They're a good program. But when the lights are shining the brightest, they're just the last couple of years have been known to kind of fold under that pressure. Could this be the time where, they kind of rise and that pressure makes diamonds, or are they going to crumble? We'll see tomorrow around this time. I look forward to the game, obviously. And to respond to this comment, R2, are you guys going to any Ohio State games? I don't know if my dad's going to any. I'm not sure if you planned. But
I don't think so.
We're going to the Notre Dame at Clemson game on November 4th. We're going to vlog that one for you guys and post that. And we're also going to Utah at Washington on November 11th.
I am
going to both those games.
So I live in Florida. Last year I went to Florida State Clemson. I went to a Florida game. I'll probably do that again sometime this season as well. This weekend I'm going down to an NFL game. So yeah, I'm sure. Obviously it's a little bit farther. My job requires me to be back on Monday. And then obviously, as Steven just mentioned, I'm going to be going out to Washington later this year. I just took as you guys seen, I just took a big trip. So trying to coordinate making it somewhere in the Midwest to see Ohio State can be a little bit hard. I'd love to. It's always a dream to go see my boys play. But yeah, we'll make something happen at some point.
Again, as Bama said, not just R2, but please, everybody who hasn't already, join the Discord. The link is in the description below. Click the little view more or the about. Hit that link. Join the Discord. We're going to be talking all day tomorrow during these football games. So please join if you haven't already. I think there's 27 of us in there right now. Slap, like I said, you're not in there. R2's not in there. A lot of you guys who have been in here throughout this live are not in there. So please join. You can always mute it so you're not going to get notifications all day, but it's just a fun way to kind of communicate.
Yeah, I'm in there, and like I said, I come in there when I want to.
But moving on to our next matchup, we have number 24 versus number 7, Penn State. Iowa versus Penn State. I'll go first on this one. I think Penn State rolls against Iowa. I don't think Iowa's a good team. I think Iowa is better than they were, better than advertised. I'll put it that way. But I think Penn State is also better than advertised. I think Penn State is a lot better than I gave him credit for in the offseason. Drew Allar has looked really good, along with the running backs, the defense, the wide receiver room. I have Penn State winning this game 31-14.
Someone says the link is invalid.
Discord link not working. All right, I'll post it in the comment section right now, y'all. But I have it 31-14.
Yeah, Cade McNamara with Iowa has not looked great. Obviously, the former Michigan starting quarterback. He hasn't looked great. Drew Allar has done one thing very well, and this Penn State offense as a whole, which is not turn the ball over. And if you guys watched one of our last videos, you'll see I talked about this. They haven't turned the ball over all season.
There it is, y'all.
So, and McNamara has thrown 3 interceptions in 3 games so far. Yeah, I think with that running game, with that defense, which Penn State really smothers teams with that defense. I think Penn State is going to be able to. I think Penn State, I don't think is a explosive team in a, hey, I'm going to score 50 points type of way. Unless you're Delaware. I think this is going to be almost like that Illinois game, a 30-13 game. So I'm going to go 30-13 again, Penn State over Iowa.
Alrighty. Appreciate you for joining the Discord, R2. I just got the notification that you joined. But moving on to our next game, winding up, the last of these games, UNC versus Pitt. I'll let you kind of give your prediction on this one first.
Yeah, so North Carolina, like I said, should have actually lost the game. Did you see the pass interference on the 2-point conversion?
I did not see it.
Okay, all right, you're gonna see. Well, North Carolina has not looked great, and I'm gonna be real. Drake May, and I know he has a bunch of numbers, but he has not looked great. Although I'm still going to pick North Carolina because Pitt has looked, for as bad as I will say North Carolina has looked, Pitt has looked even worse. Pitt has looked terrible. I am going to pick North Carolina, and it's funny that you have 35-13.
Peace out, R2. I appreciate you.
I have it 35-14. North Carolina over Pitt, but like I said, I think as North Carolina starts to get in their bigger games, Drake May with two interceptions last week, he has to clean that up.
Yeah, I have this game 37-20 North Carolina. I think they look pretty good in this game. I think the offense gets going early. It ends up winning the game for them. DJ said have to run, guys. Great Saturday of college football coming up. Everyone be safe.
All right, DJ.
We'll see you tomorrow at the live show as well as inside.
I'll be in the Discord early.
And I'll be in there early too, baby. Let's go Tigers, baby. Yes, sir, baby. don't have a nightmare of Buckeyes rolling in your shit program. That's crazy, Brandon. You better worry about Ole Miss tomorrow. I'll just say that.
But yeah, I mean, Drake May, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions so far this season.
Yeah.
North Carolina keeps finding ways to win, but Pitt's horrible.
Moving on to the next game, USC, Arizona State. Not much to say about this one. I have not Arizona State. I have USC winning 45-17. 45-17.
Yeah. I think.
Hold on. Michael, how much you want to bet Clemson doesn't lose by no damn 31 points at home?
Here we go.
How much you want to bet,
Michael?
Michael?
Make his pick.
No.
Pick.
Okay, hold on, Dad, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Let me ask you a question. No, just answer the question. Just answer the question. I'm talking to you. Exclude the chat right now. Exclude the chat.
Okay.
How much of your savings of your career, how much money would you put on the line that you would say Clemson covers 31 points to not lose?
I'd put a decent amount of money on the line. That
Okay. Maybe I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy. But go ahead, carry on.
I think kind of quiet is kept. Caleb Williams is having a masterful season. He's almost averaging 300 yards a game, 4 touchdowns. And I think it's just the bad part with Caleb Williams, and I think this is going to be the thing that hurts him in the Heisman, is that this is just what we expect from him, right? Penix is putting up ridiculous numbers. Shador, in some terms, seemed to come kind of out of nowhere. Quinn Ewers has the big game against Alabama, but Caleb Williams is playing masterful, and I think pretty almost predestined. He's going to be the number 1 pick. Arizona State is not a good team, and that's no knock to Rashida. But I think Caleb Williams and that team roll. I think USC still has some problems on defense, especially when they play other good teams. But I think Caleb Williams and this team roll, and I think they roll kind of. I don't want to say big, but Arizona State put up 0 points against Fresno State. I have this 45-7. I don't think they put up much against USC.
Last game of the evening, last ranked game of the evening. Well, it's the same time as the USC game, so it's not really the last game. I play at the same time.
Yeah, but the last game we're talking about.
Cal against number 8 Washington. Fatal Jedi said, "Oh, you can bet that I will be back to review the score." I hope you back. Hey, because you missed my rant earlier. Hey, we coming for y'all boys, baby. Hey, what Deion say? We coming. But we're not gonna say we coming.
Why do you give? We're not on that game. We're not on that game. Let's move.
We're not gonna say
Let's
move.
Hey,
we're gonna say we here.
Deion already said that.
We're gonna say we here.
Deion already said that. You can't steal Deion say it.
Bam said there's no team in the Pac-12 that can slow Caleb down, Michael. Husky 38-13. Yeah, I have Washington winning this game 41-13. So pretty close to guinea pig. What do you have this game, Jeff?
Yeah, man. I don't think we can talk enough about the mastery of Michael Penix. This is something unprecedented. This guy is literally averaging well over 400 yards a game, 4 touchdowns a game. Like at this point, it's a track meet. It's getting ridiculous. And again, as far as I can remember, and maybe somebody else, maybe if we go way back, Andre Ward or somebody like that has put up numbers like this. But this is starting to get ridiculous. The guy, that Washington offense is scary good. I don't think their defense has always looked great, but I think they are good enough to beat Cal. And I don't know how you slow this team down. Washington has not scored less than 41 points this season. I don't think that starts now. I have them, but they've given up points. I have them winning 51-17.
Yeah, so still obviously a blowout, but that's going to wrap it up for our.
This man said Toledo beat.
When did that happen?
Michael, just click it because he wants it. Because Michael wants attention.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when did that happen? Like, so it must.
Is he saying that happened before, or is he saying?
Yeah, it probably has.
What are you saying, Michael?
He's probably saying it happened at some point, like 2008 or something. I don't know, but that's going to wrap up our preview of week 4. Obviously, biggest week so far in college football. It's been fun. But before we head out.
What are things you were looking for? Let's put your hat down.
No, bro. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Why we just can't.
Taking my talents, baby.
Who signed your hat?
Go Tigers, baby.
Who signed it?
Scott signed it for me. This is a national championship hat he signed for me. Y'all know what I got to rock with, baby. I know what I got. But hold on, let me get situated. Michael needs the Lee Corso clown head. Yeah. So
I wonder, can't you buy the Lee Corso head?
you might. I'm sure you can on Amazon.
That's pretty. I may have to get a Buckeyes Lee Corso head.
What I'm looking for tomorrow is for Cade to look great. I mean, to be honest, I know I've been talking crazy, but to be honest, this is do or die for Clemson.
I don't think Clemson needs Cade to be great. I think they need to eliminate turnovers, play smart. Again, if you tell me Cade has a 200-yard game, he throws for 200. I would not. There's nothing I can deduce from that on the outcome of Clemson. Especially if Shipley has a good game, if they're able to run the ball, if the defense is able to get it. I think Travis must have a bigger game than Cade for Florida State to win, because I think Florida State's offense is much more reliant on Travis than Clemson's offense is rely on Cade.
I'm excited. That's obviously what I'm looking forward to.
There you go.
I'm answering your question. You asked me what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Obviously, outside of if you want to say outside of the Clemson game, then we can talk about something else. But
yeah, let's talk about some.
I'm excited for the Colorado.
How you say this name? Phil Muffa?
Phil Maffa.
Maffa?
Yeah, he's a backup.
Okay. Well, he's gotten a lot of runs. I mean, but that between him and Shipley, I suspect that Clemson is going to run the ball 35 times. What are you doing?
Florida State fan just commented on the video to me, so I was just he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Hopefully, I just told him to pull up in here. He's a good dude. He just said, "I'm just giving you a hard time, bro. Clemson's always a tough team if they're ranked." I respect that. I respect that.
They are. I think that's what people aren't respecting. This is still Dabo. Dabo is. I will tell you, and this is obviously my son is a Clemson fan. I would say I don't agree with Dabo's ways all the time, right? I don't agree with his thought. I'm not going to say I don't agree. I think he's put Clemson at a disadvantage with his thoughts on the transfer portal. But I think he's going to have Clemson as a good. I think Clemson is a perennial 10-win team at least. And many times, obviously, he's had them in the national championship picture. You got to talk about him. If I was ranking college football coaches right now, I'd have to put Dabo number 2. Maybe him and Kirby neck and neck. But he's I don't think there's any other place you can put him besides 2 or 3. I understand and love Lincoln Riley as a you ain't watching SC. Are you talking about South Carolina or Southern Cal?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, he's talking about Southern Cal. I watched the first game. So maybe they've looked better since. But yeah, I think Dabo. So I think what's not happening is Dabo is not getting enough respect for. Remember, Clemson is perennially a top 10. I'll say 10 recruiting team. Dabo is one of the best coaches in college football. That's where I have concerns. I think Jordan Travis is something different. Those 2 big receivers. That's really kind of where I give Florida State the edge. But I am not giving Norval the edge over Dabo Swinney, a guy who's been there and done this. The only thing I think that we haven't seen Dabo is a true, where, like I said, it's almost to a point of disrespect how little love Clemson is getting. And that's all I'm going to say about the Clemson game. So let's move on. What other game, or what are you looking for? We talked about my pretenders or contenders. What games are you, what teams do you think will either validate or invalidate their status?
Well, obviously Colorado. If Colorado keeps it within 14, then they're a good team. They don't have to win the game, but I've been on record saying they don't have to win the game. But I think if they're able to keep it within 3 scores, then I think they're a decent team. They're not as bad as I thought they were. What other team?
Do you think if Colorado wins, they belong in the national championship picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say playoff picture. Maybe not national championship.
Yeah, okay.
But that's still the same thing to a sense.
Yeah, because at that point, I'm not going to say it's a crapshoot, but
yeah. I think Notre Dame to make a break for them this week. I think even if they lose by less than a touchdown, I think they have to be respected, because then you just have USC and Clemson really to finish out the year. I mean, you have Duke, but I think
do you agree with my assessment that if Clemson loses, that this is now a lost season?
Yeah, because then at best you're 10-2 at the end of the year. But you still have to play North Carolina and Notre Dame. So I think if you lose to Florida State, then this might be the first time in 12 years because they can still get to 10 wins after a bowl game. But I think this could be realistically the first year in 12 years that we don't get to 10 wins. I'm sorry. But the other team that I would say it is a kind of validation is Florida State. I think if they're able to handle Clemson like people think they're going to handle them, and even if Clemson is,
I would say though, I'm going to go the other way because you said handle. I think if they beat Clemson, even if it's by 3, you're beating Clemson in Clemson. That's to me that's that with a win over LSU in neutral field and Clemson at Clemson. I think they are, to me, honestly, they probably need to be ranked number 1 or 2. They have at that point in time probably 2, and I know Clemson won't be top 25, especially if Florida State beats them. But they have 2 very quality wins at that point.
Hey, Slap Happy, I know you're not talking about me.
Well, why would he be? Who doesn't like a Cincinnati hat? I'm from Cincinnati.
Listen up. You see this
he
right
must
here?
be talking about you.
Listen up. Hey, Slap Happy, let me show you something real quick.
Here we go. Why did we?
What that say, Slap Happy?
Why do we do this?
When USC can show you one of these bad boys, when they can give you one of these, and this one, I'm a fan. Y'all see what's on that ring?
Nobody can see that.
That's a Clemson paw, baby. I'm married to the game, like Future said. Well, I'm married to it, baby.
You didn't become a Clemson fan until you was like 13. You was an Ohio State fan.
Why? Here we go with this lies again. But why do you keep doing this?
That is not a lie.
That's a lie.
We're not.
When did Taj go to Clemson? When did Taj go to Clemson? It wasn't 2013.
Okay,
he left Clemson in 2013.
All right, so
2009 is when I became a Clemson fan.
And how old were you in 2009, Stephen?
13, 12.
And that's what I just said.
Okay, wait.
I just said you didn't become a Clemson fan until you were 13.
But who was I a fan of before then?
I just said
no. Answer that question. Answer the question. Who was I a fan of before Clemson?
You had the Florida period.
All right.
Before that, it was Ohio State.
Okay, I was like 7.
That does not invalidate my statement, which was you did not become a Clemson fan until you were 13. Is that a false statement?
I don't know. That could be true. That could be false.
You're wilding right now. You literally did the math yourself.
Hey, that could be right. When somebody pull up, when did Taj start his Clemson career? I think it was in 2009. Whenever Taj started is when I became a fan.
That is a fact. That is 100% a fact. And before that, you were a Florida fan because of Percy. And before that, for your life before that, Ohio State.
Stop tapping. I would say realistically. Let me give before we head out. Let me give you guys a timeline of my fandom. Hold on. Fatal Genocide. I remember hearing some of this. FSU won't be able to do this and that against LSU. I sent my prediction on that game in a text. Yeah, he texted me. He said Florida State by like 20. So my fandom. I started off as a USC fan with Reggie Bush.
Oh, that's right. I give you
that's a fact.
That is what I said.
And that was in 2004. 2004, 2005. Right or wrong?
I don't know when it was.
It had to have been. That's when Reggie Bush won the Heisman.
I don't know when it was.
Okay. So that means
I don't even know if you were a USC fan. I think you were a Reggie Bush fan.
If I'm a Reggie Bush fan, then I had to be rocking with USC at that point. But that's near here or there. So then
so Taj was redshirted for the 2009 season. Okay. That was I'm assuming he got there in 2009.
Okay, so if we say 2005, or 2004, if you want to say 2004, just to play it that way, with USC.
You were a Reggie Bush fan.
Reggie Bush fan, that's fine. That means from 2006 to 2007, I was an Ohio State fan.
I'm not.
And not even 2007, because when was Percy at Florida? I'm pretty sure it was 2007.
They won the national championship in
2007 or 2008.
I think it was 2008, so that would have been his freshman year because he won it as a freshman.
Yeah, so I mean, hold on. Oh, here goes SC football here, Tennessee fan. Colorado about to get punched right in the mouth tomorrow. Hey, but we not worried about nothing else right now. We're not worried about nothing else right now. But all of the Clemson is a good team. The loss to Duke was a fluke. Turnovers and crazy miscues.
Oh, there you go.
No. Don't do that now.
He's giving you love.
You know why?
You get mad? You get mad when people diss, and then you get mad when people give you love. Yes, Steven had Ohio State diapers. That is a fact.
Yeah. Okay, man. And you were in Auburn. That's how crazy that sounds. You know what's crazy? And now I'm not saying Fatal Jedi is a victim of this, or is
man is giving love, and you are hating.
Skip. Let me
go ahead. You wow.
I'm not saying Fatal Jedi is a victim of this or is guilty of this. But what I'm saying is this is a prime example of when Clemson lost, they were sorry as hell and they sucked. Now they about to play them, and Clemson's not that bad of a team. Clemson's still this. I don't think
anybody being realistic would say Clemson is a horrible team.
Michael, where you at?
I mean, I don't think anybody who really, I mean, again, maybe talking shit with you or whatever. But again, I think anybody being realistic would say, hey, Clemson is Clemson.
Hey, and we don't
since in the Dabo Swinney era, if I say, and I think we all would agree that Alabama has dominated this, whatever we say, this era of football.
Wait, guinea pig. I wasn't saying pertaining just to him. I'm just saying in general.
I think we all would agree that Nick Saban and Alabama has dominated this little era. I think he has 7 national championships. I think you'd have to say, and again, Georgia kind of came on the last couple of years. All respect due to Kirby Smart, but what I obviously Clemson's won 2 national championships. They were in at least one more. Was it 2 more?
Who?
Clemson. How many national championships did they play? Just another
4.
one?
So
they've been in 2. So they were in 2 more. I know they were in the playoffs. They didn't play in the national championship the year that we played them. So they were at least in 5 playoffs. How many times were they in the playoffs?
6.
6 times. So I think again, and I think we all have to agree that Alabama dominates this era of college football. And I will say this is the playoff era so far, but I think you got to put Clemson second. I think you have to. And I'm an Ohio State fan. I think you got to put Clemson second.
It's going to be a good day of college football though, y'all, tomorrow. Again, Slap Happy, Fatal Jedi, anybody else. I think everybody else in here is already in there. But join the Discord. I'm going to post the link again right now. We're going to be talking football in there all day. Again, we lost to Duke, and I was in there getting slandered all day long, which is fine. I'm going to sink with the ship regardless. I'm a diehard fan, so we can go 0-12, and I promise you I'm still going to be saying go Tigers and bleeding orange. Nothing matter to me. So I hope tomorrow obviously we win, but I'm just looking for good college football tomorrow, a lot of good games. So we're looking forward to SEC joining the Discord. He's already in there, bro. I'm pretty sure SEC football is already in there. I'm almost positive. But if not, go ahead and join it. But it's been fun. An hour and 20-minute show, definitely the longest show that we've had. Yeah, this is the longest show we've done. I'm gonna pop the Discord link up right now once it sends. There it is right here in the comment section. So go ahead and join that. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go live tomorrow as soon as the Ohio State and Notre Dame game ends. It's gonna be fun to kind of talk about all of the games from tomorrow.
No promises. I'm not like fun. Steven.
Again, Slap Happy, we appreciate the donation. I know DJ's not here, but yes. DJ, if you rewatch this, we appreciate your donation. It's been fun growing the channel in the community. Again, if you have anybody...
what's the dude with the Porsche? I need him to... No, I'm just
yeah, I don't know where JB's been at.
Where JB? The Wisconsin game's on, so he's probably watching.
Oh, yeah. But it's been fun. Again, if you guys have any other friends or family that likes college football and just likes debating, discussing it, send them our way. Send them the link to the channel so we can kind of have more perspective.
Do you know why Tosh Boyd wore number 10?
We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Go ahead and say it. This is trivia. This is trivia, and you know this firsthand. Why did he wear number 10, Steven?
He wore number 10 because of Vince Young.
No, it's not because of Vince Young.
It's because of Troy Smith, but I don't.
Yes, sir, because of Troy Smith.
But speaking of that, before we head out, let's do trivia. Actually, we're gonna do trivia.
Oh, we haven't done trivia in a while.
We're gonna do trivia right now, and we're gonna do 3 for 3. 3 for 3. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3 NFL players.
Hold on. Okay.
You can just name NFL players. I'm gonna give you 3 NFL players off the top of my head, and you got to tell me what college they went to, and you do the same for me.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go first. I'll give you 3 first, or unless you want to go first. I'm gonna get them all right, so it doesn't matter.
Are you asking? Am I loyal? Who are you asking? credit to since Taj went to Clemson, Steven has been a Clemson fan.
Wait,
I'm giving him shit. I don't know if he's talking about me.
Hey, listen.
I've been an Ohio State fan my entire life.
Slap. Now listen. Hold on now. If I go get a knife right now and I cut this arm, I promise you, Sonny D is gonna come spilling out this damn wrist.
I'm giving you credit. Since Taj went to
since I've been cognitive of the sport of football, I've been a Clemson fan.
I wouldn't say.
Bro, are you serious right now?
Were you not you were cognizant of college football?
Yeah. So when I was 6, are you telling me I could watch the game and dissect the game? Are we being serious right now?
Could you? Okay.
Come on. Are we being serious?
You're trying to dismiss your Ohio State.
Crew in here right now and tell him to break down some film. Come on.
Hey, Crew. My grandson's an Ohio State fan.
You was damn lie. All right. Anyways, come on. Give me an NFL player.
All right, hold on.
I'll go first then. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Who do I want to go with? NFL player. Let's go. Let me look at somebody from this team. Let's look at this team.
It's literally what I did.
We're gonna go Marvin Mims Jr.
Wide
receiver.
Didn't he go to Oklahoma?
Oh, look at you. That was a good one. Okay. I see you. Okay, now you gave one. Come on.
I'm going to start off. I'm going to start off here. I'm going to go backup running back for Tennessee, Tajay Spears.
Tulane.
Good one.
I know. I didn't know you in here, baby.
I didn't know if you would know that one.
All right. Next one, we're going to go with. This one might be an easy one. But I like this one here.
Okay.
Braxton Berrios.
Miami.
Okay, 2 for 2.
Okay.
Right.
Let me find that. I'm gonna just do this off the top. Let's go. Hold on. That would. You know what? I'm gonna go with one that I don't know if you know it, but you should know it, and everybody probably know, but I don't know if you know. Tyreek Hill.
He went to like a JUCO. He went to
I gave you Tyreek Hill.
He went to So did he go to like Oklahoma State and then transfer or something? He transferred, right? He transferred.
He okay. I'll give you that. He did transfer. What is the school?
But was it Oklahoma State? Is it Oklahoma State?
I can't remember. That's not the. I will say Oklahoma State is not the school he claims.
Because I think it's either South Alabama or Oklahoma State.
It's not South Alabama. I'll tell you that. And I know Bama put it in there. It's not South Alabama. Bama.
What is it?
West Alabama.
But did he go to Oklahoma State or no?
I think it was Oklahoma State, but I could be or Texas Tech or somebody like that. But the school he claims is West Alabama.
Yeah. So on NFL it does say West Alabama. All right. Other direction. All right. The next one I got for you is so I'm 1 for 2 right now. So we're gonna go with a hard one here to end it out. We're gonna go.
That too.
Running back Falcons Tyler Algier.
Oh, I don't know.
You have no guesses. Group of 5. Well, no longer group of 5.
I don't remember him in no longer group of 5. Cincinnati?
No.
BYU? I don't remember him there.
Yeah, he went to BYU.
Okay, wait a minute. You went kind of hard there. You tried to come for my neck. My next one was.
So now if I get this one, we tied up. End the show.
All right. I don't know if you know this one.
Listen, I got a file cabinet here, y'all.
I'm going hard.
I'm guaranteeing it.
This is a player you know.
No hesitation.
Oh, you ready? You're guaranteed.
No hesitation.
This one's hard.
No hesitation.
Matt Breida. What happened to no hesitation?
Matt Breida.
No hesitation.
Matt Breida went to a small school.
I told you it was gonna be hard. That's all I can say.
Matt Breida went to. Oh damn! Where did Matt Breida go?
Boy, it's been a lot of hesitation.
Did he go to Southern Miss?
He did not go to Southern Miss.
Is it in the South?
It is definitely in the South. It is a small school. It is not Power 5. I don't think they're.
Is it Tulsa?
5. It's not Tulsa. You want me to just tell you? He went to Georgia Southern.
Oh, I wasn't gonna get that. I wasn't getting that. All right, 2 for 2. All right, well, we're both 2 for 3. But we appreciate y'all. No hesitation. We appreciate y'all.
Who cheated?
Who cheated? SC was your team. I have no idea what he. I have no.
Oh, he's talking about you. You cheat. Okay, let me rewind.
Stop talking about that 10 minutes ago.
He's still on this. All right, so let me rewind back. I got to kind of tell the story. If you guys don't know, I'm in the Navy. We moved a bunch, so I'm gonna in Steven's defense. I got stationed in San Diego. We literally lived in the same. So if we lived there our whole life, Steven would have went to the same high school, Helix High School, that Reggie Bush went to. So when we got there, that's when Steven started playing football. He wore number 5. This is when Reggie was at USC and was the biggest name. So, and again, we're talking about, I don't know, were you like 7 or some shit?
I was 5. No, no, 2004. I was 7. Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah, so super young. But yeah, so he was a Reggie Bush fan. And I know he said USC. I don't think he was a USC fan, but he was a really big Reggie Bush fan. But again, a big part of that was because not only did we live in San Diego, we lived in the same area that Reggie Bush lived in. He, like I said, I think literally Helix was right across the street from your elementary school.
Yeah, literally like walking distance.
And Reggie Bush was the biggest story in college football. Boom. And, fill all the gaps with Ohio State. All right. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Then I think after that or shortly thereafter.
That was Ohio State.
It was Ohio. Then we moved to Virginia. Moved to Virginia Beach. So at the time, so then Steven's playing football there. At the time, the organization he was playing football for, shout out to the Virginia Beach Mustangs, was the organization that both Taj Boyd, and we'll talk about him in a minute, but both Taj Boyd and Percy Harvin played for. At the time when we got there, I think that was Percy. So his first season playing also was Percy's first season at Florida. But Percy used to come back. So obviously Steven, and again, mind you, Steven's probably 8-9 at this time.
Actually, matter of fact, I think we're off here because Percy's first year at Florida was 2006 or 7. We got to Virginia in like 2004, 2005.
Oh yeah. So I don't know what happened, but
so I was an Ohio State fan when Troy Smith was there.
Yeah. So obviously, so then that means we see Percy, a portion of Percy in high school. He was a big time recruit. He used to still kind of come out and do things with the kids. So Steven, if you guys look, and I know not everybody is Facebook friends with him, but he has a picture of him and Percy when I think Percy was either. And remember, if you guys don't know, Percy was the number 1 recruit. Used to still come out, deal with the kids. We both talked to him at different points, so he became a Percy fan. And then we kind of seen that same thing with Taj. Taj also played for the Virginia Beach Mustangs. But I think Steven was even a little bit more closer to Taj because I know we went to a Phoebus game. I think we went to a baseball game with him. So, and Taj, if you guys don't know Taj's story, Taj initially had committed to West Virginia. The coach that he was kind of committing for left. He opened back up his recruiting, was actually looking at Ohio State. I was trying to push him to Ohio State. Ended up going to Clemson. At this point in time, Clemson is
nobody's. They're terrible.
Probably the same way we consider. I mean, they were like a perennial 8-4 team, right?
Who was?
I mean, they were a team. They were like,
I think they were 6-7 that year.
This coincides with obviously with Dabo getting there. right? Dabo recruited Taj. I think that was their first real run. So obviously Steven knowing Taj, and I think they still talk to this day. I'm not going to, but so he became a Clemson fan. Now, to his credit, and again, I think we said this was at about 13 for him. He's been a Clemson fan ever since. So, yep, he kind of had some. But again, mind you, and again, to Steven's credit, it's harder for Steven. I'm from Cincinnati, but he lived his life as a as they say, a military kid. So we moved every 3 years. So he's lived in San Diego. He's lived in Hawaii.
Realistically, I should be a Rainbows fan.
Yeah, I think we lived in Hawaii because we always seem to find our way back to Hawaii. But he lived in Norfolk. So we kind of were moving every 3 years. Just as he was starting to, I guess, he met his football fandom, and he was also playing football. That's when we lived in San Diego when Reggie Bush was there, and then we lived in Virginia Beach, like I said, and that's really where. So he kind of cemented his football fandom in Virginia Beach at the same time where he was cool with Taj and kind of became a Clemson fan as Taj went to Clemson.
And before we head out, I do want to do a quick little story time real quick. I don't think I ever told you this, but obviously those of you guys who don't know, a good friend of mine, Scott, the guy who actually signed this hat, he was on the
Pagano,
the championship team.
Yeah, we did an interview with him.
Yeah, in 2016. Yeah, so the interview is on the channel. If you scroll down a bunch, we did an interview with him and his recruiting journey and stuff. But I went to high school with him. He's a year older than me. Went to high school with him, one of my closest friends. He was getting, I think he was the number one recruit in Hawaii in 2012. Yeah. He was getting a lot of love, and he was getting recruited by Clemson. And I remember to this day,
Isn't that how y'all became cool?
No, we are always friends, but I was pushing him to go to Clemson. He's like, I'm not going there, bro. Like, I'm getting looks from Alabama, and he was trying to little bro Clemson. And then when he went there, I was like, I told you, bro. Like, and and then I told you so thing. But I remember, at my school in Hawaii, there's outdoor schools. So it's 3 floors.
It's not the school.
Oh yeah, let me say that before people think that word. Before people think that word.
Yeah. The school.
There's the hallways are
through a normal hallway.
Yeah.
You walk out. Yeah, you walk.
The hallways are outside. It's not. You're not indoors on the East Coast. Let me say that because some people think that we out there with no shoes on at the beach, learning how to take down coconuts. So I was on the 3rd floor, the 3rd story in art class or Spanish class or something, and I remember something told me to look outside. And I'm a sophomore in high school, so what am I? 15, 16, and this is 2012. So this is before Clemson has ever, made it to a national championship picture or anything. I look outside and I see Dabo Sweeney and Brent Venables walking through my campus. Mind you,
I didn't know that.
Everybody in school on campus knows one person as a Clemson fan. This was before Clemson became popular, before it was a cool thing to be a Clemson fan. I wore Clemson. I had a lanyard on every day. I wore Clemson all the time. I look down and see Dabo and Brent Venables. I see Scott walking right by him. I yell down to Scott, bro. He looks up and he goes, Dabo and Brent Venables look up at me. And then I was like, hold on, bro. I run back into class, stop the whole lecture. Because my teacher was super nice. Christian was in the class. My teacher was super nice teacher. She was kind of a pushover. I said, can I go to the bathroom? She said, go ahead, just give me 30 seconds.
Because I was get an autograph?
No, so that's the thing. I was up on the 3rd floor. They're way down, walking, going to wherever they're going, important, whatever. I'm at the very top floor, and I'm trying to get the teacher to let me go down. And she was like, okay, you're going to have to wait 30 seconds. So I'm in there antsy, yo, I'm finna go down there. As soon as I come back, they were gone. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad. I give Scott crap about that so much. It's like, bro, you knew how big of a fan I was, and you couldn't hook me up and let me get a picture or nothing. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of bogus of you, bro. That's kind of bogus. But I will say this. He made up for it.
I was about to say, Scott is more than taking care of you as a Clemson fan.
Yeah, he made up for it, got me into the national championship game for free, met a bunch of players. Obviously, he came out the spring break in 2017 with a bunch of players. I met a bunch of players. I'm actually Tyrone Crowder. I'm not sure if you're going to see this, if you've been on the channel yet, but we're actually linking up with him in about a month for the Notre Dame game. He's going to give us a tour of the facilities. So I'm going to record a video for that for you guys.
So hopefully you can get Dabo's signature.
Hopefully, but just to go to the game, obviously, I don't care if we lose every game until then. Yeah. we are an hour and 40 minutes in. We're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah, let's roll.
I'm getting sweaty thinking about the game tomorrow. You know, I gotta get ready. Y'all know who I'm rocking with. There's only 6 of y'all left. A lot of y'all left, but those of y'all who stay here, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is go Tigers. I'm sure it's go Buckeyes for you. We'll see tomorrow. But we appreciate you guys. Turn the notification bell on. We'll be on live after the games. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do that. Guinea Pig's still in here. I thought you left already. We appreciate you, man. But we will see you guys tomorrow during the games and in the Discord. Peace out.